Guess my thoughts ahead of Roland Garros is, of course, I want to do well, and of course, I want to win. But at the same time, I'm still sort of figuring out clay, so I just want to have fun and compete the highest level that I can. I don't necessarily feel pressure right now. Maybe when I play my first match, of course, but for me, Grand Slams are where I have the most fun and where I think is, I don't know, I play my best tennis. So I'm actually really looking forward to Roland Garros, and I don't know, I just love the atmosphere. My best memory from Roland Garros would, I guess, maybe being the first time that I went there, because I've only ever seen it on TV, so to go there for the first time, it's quite an experience. I think I have the most fun in Grand Slams because I've watched all of it on TV, and for me, when I was little, I always wanted to play on those courts, and to finally have the opportunity to do that, I think, I don't know, I like embrace the moment in a way, yeah.
I've been very impressed by Naomi Osaka's clay season. I really didn't know what to expect, and in a lot of ways I was a little bit worried for her because it was going to be the clay season, her least favorite surface. She had just signed all these sponsorship deals. There's #1, a lot of pressure going into this season. She's handled it incredibly well. Semifinal in Stuttgart, quarterfinal in Madrid, quarterfinal here in Rome. That's great. I mean, she was 5-4 over the entire clay season last year, and already she's covered all the points that she has to defend. So she'll be a top seed there. Very, very dangerous.
I love Paris, and I love to see how it is after winning the title there. Everything comes to Paris for me is special, and I love to be there. I'm not doing anything special because I do my routine. I like to keep my routine, and every year was a good year actually there. The last 2 years I played finals, so I will keep the same. I will keep it simple, and I just try to enjoy. The emotions were special, very special, and I lived something different that I never lived before. It was a great moment, and it's winning a Grand Slam for me was a dream. So it came true, and I cannot even describe in words how I felt in that moment. It was his first time when I am there as a defending champion, but I will try to enjoy the most the atmosphere, and the fact that I have to present the trophy, I think, will be the highlight of the tournament. Well, emotionally I changed because I have no more pressure on my shoulders. I've won what I wanted to win, and now everything it comes as a bonus. So I will try just to be happy on court, to enjoy and to smile more.
I think it's going to be very interesting, the first match for Simona Halep. I think that's going to be a really big one, just to get the nerves out of the way, coming in as, the defending champion, having an experience that for a veteran player she's never had. So I'm curious to see how she handles all of that, and there'll be a lot of pre-tournament media responsibilities and things that she's going to have to balance. But she's been so level-headed, I think, throughout this season. It hasn't been results-wise the best season so far, but I think her level has actually really, really been there. And I think that being back in Paris, it will inspire her once again to find her that little 5% that I think that she needs to close out some of these big wins. So, we know what Simona can do on clay. There's no reason she can't do it again.
Well, obviously I'm really looking forward to be back in Paris. I'm doing everything to be ready for the Grand Slam on the clay. Yeah, I think that I really have so far a great season on the clay. I won at Stuttgart, I've been in the quarters in Madrid, and even I lost that match, I think so far I'm playing good game on it. So hopefully I'm going to continue in this kind of thing, and will show it in Paris as well. Playing Grand Slams is always a little bit different compared to other tournaments. It's always more pressure on you that you always wanted to do well over there, but everybody wants to do well, and not only you. So everybody is prepared so well, and it's about the few things what you do well or what you don't. So it's always small differences between those players, and yeah, of course the nerves and the pressure is always there.
Petra Kvitova. I mean, when I think about it, I think how crazy would it be for Petra Kvitova to win Roland Garros and get to #1 finally? It would be a chapter in her book that you just never saw coming. And with Petra Kvitova, again, what we see is a player who's just that good at tennis. Not unlike a Naomi Osaka or Karolina Pliskova. She's that good. The surface doesn't matter. The weather doesn't matter. The conditions don't necessarily matter. And a lot of times when they're on, the opponent doesn't matter. So it's up to Petra to really manage her nerves and, to really handle the situation well, because the reason why she hasn't gotten to number one is not because she hasn't played great tennis and won titles, but because of the slams. She hasn't performed well over the last slam cycle. So obviously she put that aside in Australia, making the final there. Now it's the next one. And, with the right draw, and if the conditions are nice for her to hit that big ball, I mean, she's full of confidence and so relaxed.
Well, I always love getting back to Roland Garros, obviously the best red clay courts in the entire world. Last year making the finals obviously was super special, so I'm really looking forward to getting back there. Obviously making the finals of a Grand Slam, another Grand Slam in a year was really, really cool. It was really special. Obviously playing the number one player in the world was a difficult task, but although I didn't win, I think I played a good match, and the atmosphere was incredible. Obviously making the finals after not even have been playing back a year already was super cool, and I took a lot from that final and kind of just moved forward and just try to keep going.
I really like to come back to Paris again to compete there. It's always a lot of Dutch fans there, so it would be nice to play in front of the Dutch crowd again. I just cannot wait to compete there again. The semi-final against Serena in 2016 of course helped me a lot to grow in confidence. I have more belief since then that I can do well in tournaments, that I can win tournaments, and so I think at the moment I was not really ready maybe for a semi-final run in a slam, but at the moment I feel more ready for it, and hopefully I can do it again. Of course, the win in Madrid helps me a lot with my confidence, also with my game, to play in Paris again. I would say I have a lot of clay court matches already played this year, so of course that's helping me a lot. And it's just like I feel really home again to play on clay, and I just cannot wait. Every match is still really nice for me to play, and hopefully I can get a lot of more matches this year on the clay. I think for me the most important thing to still focus on is to try to enjoy the moment, try to work hard every day, try to improve, and just hit a lot of good balls back into the court.
Kiki Bertens is the biggest kind of X factor in terms of that short list of favorites going into Roland Garros, only because she has made the semifinals in Paris before, years ago, and it was a really great run for her. But ever since then has really struggled to kind of make that deeper run and to really get those big wins. But the confidence and the way that Kiki Bertens has really stepped into being a top 10 player, now a top 5 player, an opportunity to go for number 2, number 1 in Paris is on the table for her. I think that's big. She needs to rest. That's going to be the big thing. I hope she doesn't pick up a racket when she's home in the Netherlands in the week before the French Open. But if she can handle the pressure, the game is there. Kiki Bertens has been such a great surprise over the last 12 months, and it would be amazing if she could really lay down a marker in Paris.
It's an exciting time of the year. Roland Garros is one of my favorite Grand Slam, and I have great memories from juniors, and have many friends there coming to watch me play, so this is very exciting for me. I had a couple of tough matches coming back from 2-5 down in the third set, or 5-1 down also a couple of years ago, and fighting back, and it's, I think, one of the most memorable matches I have in my career. Definitely playing quarters at Roland Garros gave me lots of confidence moving forward and finishing the year very strong, and it's great memories from each of the quarterfinals. Unfortunately, I couldn't go any further, but hopefully I can make one more step forward.
I think just to go to every year to Paris, it's just nice memories there. I've played semi-final once a couple of years ago back, so I'm hoping for some good matches this year. So far my clay season was not the best, so I'm hoping to change it there. And of course, it's a nice city of love, so there is so many things to do outside of tennis, so I'm going to enjoy it every time I'm there. This year gave me belief that I can go far in this tournament again, so hopefully this year can be the lucky one. Somehow this period of the year, it's been tough for me because Paris and also Wimbledon, I never really played, I think, the best tennis of my life because honestly I prefer more hard court, but I'm just trying to change it every year. So every year I have some memories, different kind of memories, not always the best ones, but hopefully we can add some good ones this year.
you know, I've been very impressed by Karolina Pliskova just throughout the entire season. And obviously, she didn't get the clay results, and we kind of forgot about her a little bit in Stuttgart and Madrid, but it was mainly because she was sick. And then she got her clean bill of health before Rome, and, you know, that is really impressive to me. I think that her level has been fantastic. She hasn't played a bad tournament, really, when she's been uncompromised this year. And she's made the semifinals there. Again, like a Kvitova, if she's playing well, it's hard to beat her, and she's an incredible competitor. I would definitely add Pliskova to that list.
Obviously, it's really exciting to have the next Grand Slam just around the corner, and for me, it's about enjoying it. Going out there, we don't get too much time on the clay courts for me. So looking forward to going to Roland Garros and trying to play as well as I can and go deep. I think for me, it's about learning bits and pieces along the way and getting used to the clay as quickly as I can, so that I can go in feeling as confident, as comfortable on the clay as I can, and also knowing that I can enjoy it, embrace it. Sometimes it's not always pretty on clay, but you can get pretty creative at times as well, which is really exciting. The crowd in Roland Garros are always so passionate. They love to support everyone. They're extremely fair, and I think overall they're really enthusiastic, so it's always nice playing out on all of the courts, but Philippe Chatrier is also a very special court to play on. Yeah, I feel like from last year I'm a completely different person. I feel like I'm a more complete player, obviously a little bit more comfortable on the clay the more I do get to play on it. So really excited to go to Roland Garros now. I feel like I'm playing some of the best tennis of my life, and I give myself a chance to play some of my best tennis on clay as well.
It's an open field in Roland Garros, and that's what we've come to expect really at almost all the slams. This has become a general theme, not just at the majors, but also on tour. 18 consecutive different winners in the first 18 tournaments. That has really set the tone, I think, for what we've seen during the clay season as well, where you see the players that you expect to play well on this surface and win big tournaments doing that, but also you're starting to see some younger players, some different names in the later stages, in the quarterfinal stages and semifinal stages. So you do get a situation where we're going into Paris and you ask anybody and everybody just kind of throws up their hands. You know, we're just going to have to see as to kind of how it all shakes out.